Hi again. Sorry, I got so excited. I'm hoping that I can add this addendum to the hashtag Make My Own Tarot Deck 250. It's just some of the artistic license that you have with some oracle decks, for instance. So I have here, I wanted to show you some of the lovely decks that I have that you can make something like it if you're not into sort of, so this is called Botanical Inspirations by Lynn Arojo. And you may want to choose to do something like, look how pretty this little box is. Isn't that dainty? It's gorgeous. It comes with its own little book. Anyways, so these are some of the things that you might want to do for your own deck. You know, you have here like lovely flowers and they have writing on it. Now, I haven't read for clients with these ones, but you certainly could, right? There's just so many different flowers. Okay, and I'm not going to do a whole flip through with that because there's just so many different options. If you want to do a deck like this one here, Stephen Farmer, with the messages from your animal spirit guides, you could do a deck like this. So if you wanted to either draw, you even have the receipt in here. If you wanted to draw these images, that would be eligible to submit for this tarot tag. Or you could take images from other books and make your own, completely your own, you know, oracle deck. Okay? Now these are decks for reading. So there's that sort of idea that you can do. There's this one, which is Energy of the Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay? So there we are. You could do cards like this. I'm not going to be looking at the backing. You can show the backing on your assignments if you want. But this one here, for instance, Journey. And in your system, if you're making your own oracle system, it's not important whether you number your cards or not. I would suggest that that would be a good idea so that if you wanted to make an accompanying sort of a book or make some notes, that you could refer back to the correct number of your cards. So the door to value, and there's money coming out of that door. So, you know, envy. So there's an oracle deck that you could make something like that. This one here is called Earth Magic. We all know the Earth Magic. These are all decks that have been shown on YouTube. So there's like a gazillion of them. So Stephen Farmer, and he's talking about, again, more indigenous sort of themes. The lake, the stillness, ocean, ebb and flow. And once you do your own oracle deck, if that's what you're doing, then or your own tarot deck or Marseille, you can start using them to read with your clients. Now, again, I am going to, here we go. I mean, we've seen these decks. I just love the images. They're so pretty. Now, you're not going to be making images with like laser printers and all of the sexy, you know, stuff that is here. You may be able, if you're artistic, you can draw these things, or you may find these pictures online, you know, and glue sort of like a decoupage or a collage or that sort of thing. So this was Colette Baron Reed's The Enchanted Map. Love that deck. I love it so much. This one is with the theme of chakras. Chakras, so the Wisdom Oracle cards right here. And this system, the borders, so something else you might want to consider is putting different colors on your borders, because these will actually, the color of the border coincides with the chakra that is shown in the card. Okay, and so that's why it would be important for you to, you know, talk about the interpretation of each card, because not all cards are created equally. This one is so cute. It's called Witchlings. Witchlings, and if you want me to do a flip through of any of these decks, I certainly would love to do that. So did I show you this? I can't. I'm just going so quickly. I don't even know. So there's Witchlings. By Paulina Cassidy. And this again also has different pastel colors on the borders. And you have like the most darling little images. So if you have Barbie dolls that you want to, you you know, pose and make that as your theme. Or if you have, I don't know, if you have a great collection of teacups and somehow that fits into your work to make these decks. I mean, you know, for me, it would be shabby chic and white lace. That's kind of my secret, not so secret fetish now. So then we have crystal reading cards. So I'm going to put this on a separate video just simply because you may not want to really kind of, you've seen these decks, but for people who kind of want to have some ideas about what you can do, you know, these ones, maybe you want to sort of make a deck that focuses on all of the important tools in your practice. So, you know, here's this crystal, and here's this crystal, and here's my Book of Shadows represented on an oracle card. This is my wand. This is my other wand. This was my very first tarot deck on a card. And if I were to pull that card up in a reading, I would say, you know, it's the book of life. It's the book of knowledge. It's the book of whatever. So put your interpretation and make your own card. You don't have to follow what other people have done if it works with your own system. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do. That's that. Oh, locations. You can take pictures of different locations, maybe the trips that you've taken. Here is, you know, get inspired by the sacred sites. Here we go. There's a whole lot of sacred sites around the world. So they made a oracle deck out of it, right? And we love it. We absolutely love these images and the glorious borders. This one here would also be eligible if you were to do something like this. This is the Journey Within card deck. This I tend to use for a daily draw, but we're talking about reading a deck, we're talking about personal growth, your own personal development. Every time I say personal growth, oh my God, I remember this one noodlehead decades ago who ended up saying, personal growth, what, like a wart? I'm like, no, development, you whatever. So this particular deck has different colors as well on the back, but has only words in the front, and it is inspired by words like phrases from you know, like a Buddhism. Because I just got this one not so long ago. I haven't worked with it very much. So there's the cover. Now, here's the thing. If you want to enter something with writing on it, maybe you want to have one word written across. Maybe you want to have a word that is sort of obscured in its image. Maybe you want to have letters all over the place and you have to make up your own word. I don't know. But certainly take some artistic license with it and be creative. What you submit, as long as it's not somebody else's work, is eligible. But, you know, like this is typewritten, just typed with a couple of little frillies. That would be eligible if that is the, you know, what you want to do. But do it yourself. And I think I've gone through all the ones that I chose to go through. I mean, then there's also, you know, stuff like the Whimsical Carol, but that's another tarot deck. So, for instance, you're like me and you work in a daycare. Maybe you want to take different pictures of different games or toys or whatever, and or use images. Oh, you know, I saw one deck, sort of just the traced deck that was so well done online, Downton Abbey. And the characters of Downton Abbey were like were shown as the images on the deck. You know, so if you want to do one particular TV series and make your deck with those characters and explain the meanings and how they relate to your system, then that works. Or if you want to do archetypes, if you want to study archetypes, then put that in there. Study archetypes and let's do it together. So one card for every archetype, or one whatever. You can divide it into like your suits. If it's an oracle deck, you really have so much more flexibility. So let's get this done. I am so excited. I just, you know, I have so many ideas and so much excitement around this. I really hope that you do participate. Okay, so I'm going to let you go. This is going to be part 2 of the hashtag, and I better stop talking and get on to the rest of the work that I want to do. So onward and upward. Let's go. Okay, hashtag make my own deck 250.